My dad used to say that if you could count your best friends on one hand, you lived a pretty full life. But how many people get to say that they have one of those friends as a real hero? And I'm so fortunate to say that one of those friends is a hero, and his name is Ty Ritter. And I want you to meet him.
Is she fresh? Is she healthy?
6.
My name's Ty Ritter. I recover children who have been kidnapped or sold into sexual slavery, and I've been doing it for over 30 years.
One of the reasons why I started I Fight for My Life was because I wanted to take the women victims and turn them into women victors by helping them take their power back. I'm very fortunate to be able to speak with Ty Ritter today, because what he does is he goes and finds the children who have been abducted, and he finds a way to bring them back to safety. His new TV show, Kidnap and Rescue, is an amazing show, and I'm so excited to be able to interview him today. So we're going to hear more about his Project Child Save. Thank you so much, Ty, for joining us today.
It's great to be here with you today.
So what I need to know is, where are you from?
I was born in beautiful downtown Burbank, San Fernando Valley.
Oh, did you really? I'm a Valley girl, too. You know, I used to ride my horse to kindergarten.
Is that right?
Yeah, used to be all dirt roads and orange groves.
Yeah.
You have an amazing organization called Project Child Save, and I'd like to hear more about it. I'd like to know when it started and how you and why you created it.
It was created in 2005, and Project Child Save is a nonprofit 501c3 that recovers children who have been kidnapped or sold into sexual slavery.
And when you say we, you know, you mentioned we. Do you have a team?
I do. I have a team. I get all the pats on the back, but I could not do it without my team. They follow me anywhere. They make me look very, very good.
You just didn't wake up one morning and decide you were going to go out and rescue kids. What's your background? What instigated you into going this direction?
No, you know, I almost don't know how it started. I didn't go looking for this. It just happened. I was asked to help in a case a long time ago, and it turned out very well. I got very lucky, and word of mouth, it just spread, and good people jumping in wanting to be part of it helped me. No one at Project Child Save receives a salary. It's all volunteer, and just great people jumping in and making me look good.
Wow. Well, now, I know you wrote a book. What's the name of it?
My Body is My Own. It's a parental guide keeping children safer in today's society.
When did you write it? Why did you write it?
2006. It covers everything from daycare to the internet. It's the Bible that they can go to for all the answers to keep their children safer, or what to do if something terrible happens, the child's missing. And, you know, I've been doing this for over 30 years. We just decided to go public in 2005.
Oh. Well, out of all the years that you were quiet, and then you became public, and then now you're going to be doing this TV show, but how did people contact you? I mean, when they needed someone, if my child was missing, I know as a parent, the panic and the fright and the wondering, who do I call right now? Because sometimes the police don't get on it right away, the FBI doesn't get on it right away. How did they know to contact you?
Well, the families, of course, are dealing with law enforcement, and the frustration begins to set in if they aren't getting any results. Mm-hmm. And they've spent tons of money on private investigators and posters, and they start looking for other answers, and that's what we do. We kind of fill in that gap that's needed when law enforcement might be their hands might be tied because of legalities and stuff that they face that I don't face. You know, I'm not bound by search and seizure and Miranda rights and all that. The sex slave industry is growing leaps and bounds. It's everywhere. Mexico, South America, throughout the Caribbean, Curacao. When I first started looking for child porn sites, there was 6, 8, 10 maybe. Now there's tens of thousands. They were selling a blonde-haired, blue-eyed child, which is the most desired, from 12 to 17,000. They have reached 6 figures now. To the kidnappers, this is very big business. We raided a place that was doing child porn. They go to great lengths to keep people out. Glass embedded in the walls and barbed wire. There's a security guard that's looking down towards the end of the building here. I got one of my guys watching because we were getting ready to raid it, and we did. And we brought 2 children out of there.
So you go to all these various countries. That's not easy, just getting into another country. Are some countries compliant? Do they work with you? Are they cooperative? Or do you have problems with those various countries?
If a country is cooperating with us, it's a lot easier. And the obstacles, there aren't so many obstacles. But if they aren't cooperating, they're part of the problem. Receiving monies from the traffickers, and then the obstacles come up, and we have to deal with each one as they come along.
What about America? Do you ever have to rescue a child here in our United States of America?
That's the importance of getting the word out. People don't realize it is happening right here in America. We have children by the hundreds, cities across the United States, missing without a trace.
Oh my God.
We were trying to recover children that were being filmed, and I found this girl. They had tied her to the bed. They had driven a large nail through the top of her head. When the nail is in the brain, it causes the body to convulse. As she's convulsing, they're having sex and filming until she dies. On her bottom, she had a tattoo of a ram's head in a circle. That's the tattoo they use for branding children. The tattoo was at least 10 years old. She was approximately 18, 19 years old. So this girl ended up in sexual slavery at a very young age.
Okay, so let me ask you this question, Ty. Where do they get these kids? I mean, are they from poor neighborhoods, running around, free from everything? Or are they from rich neighborhoods? Or are these parents just neglectful? I mean, how do you could never snatch my kid from me. First of all, I killed the guy. And second of all, he was just never out of my sight. I don't get it.
Well, you know, the pedophiles, they're looking, and traffickers, are looking for that open window. And that can come at any time. It can be in a department store. I've worked a case where a child was taken right out of the front yard, a fenced front yard. I know of cases where it just took a moment. Just a moment in time, a parent turned around. You cannot possibly watch your children 100% of the time. And it takes that moment because they're out there, they're stalking, they're watching for that open window. And when they get it, they move quick.
That's why I had one of those harnesses on my kid.
Mm-hmm.
And it had a leash on it. And people used to say, your child's not a dog. I used to say, I got 2 words for you, Adam Walsh. I mean, I didn't want my child being that one that got snatched up because he was a runner. Mm-hmm. He'd take off. He's 16, he still does that, you know, and he still scares me. So, let me ask you this question. Are you ever afraid?
Sure. Yeah, I'm afraid for my team. I'm afraid for the safety of the children. Most of all, I'm afraid of failing and not bringing a child home. Sure, yeah, I'm afraid. The last recovery, we found the children all on military cots. They had like a bicycle cable that came out from the wall, handcuffs. They did not have pillows. They didn't even have a sanitary pot. There's feces and urine all around them. That was the condition we found them in. And we snatched those babies up. Took them home. There's no reward in the world like bringing a child back to its parents. There's nothing like it. I can't think of anything worse in the world, including murder, than what happens to these children.
Are you afraid of dying? Because there are people out there that want to hurt you, Ty. They don't want you doing what you're doing. I'm sure they want to hurt you very badly.
We could take up a lot of time fearing for ourselves. Of course, everybody wants to live, but we just don't think about that. You know, it's 100% concentration on the children's safety and getting them home. We just don't think about that.
You ever skip rocks?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, are you an expert?
Oh no.
Okay, that sucked. So, Ty, how do you do this? How do you lay your head down on the pillow at night knowing what you know?
You know, I don't ever want to have to do another rescue, but I can't wait for the next one, because the reward of bringing a child lost forever back home, there's nothing like it in the world. And that's how I rest my head easy.
I have a lot of people watching my show, and a lot of parents, and a lot of people that have maybe known someone who has this situation. But then there's a lot of people that are going to be so touched by your story, they want to give and give back to you for everything that you've given out there. Where can they donate money?
That's why I started the charity, because I need help. We work entirely off of the donations. And they can send donations through the website, projectchildsave.org, and they can do PayPal. I love getting checks because it allows me to have the information to at least thank them for the donation. And that's how they can do it, projectchildsave.org.
Well, that's easy enough. You know what? For all that money you're going to put aside for your Saturday night pig out, or you want to take your girl to the movies, or if whatever chump change you have, put it aside. Save it for this man. This guy needs some help. And this is what we should be doing, as being part of the solution, not part of the problem. And this is a very simple thing to do, to be able to donate. Remember, everybody's a volunteer with Ty. So even $5 can go to this organization and help save a child's life. Put that money aside, go to projectchildsave.org, and understand that you're then part of this organization helping Ty and his team go out to save a child.